welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't been uploading, I haven't been consistent with my videos, but, oh, by the way, please excuse the mess right now because it's a little messy.
So let me just tell you how I told my mom and how I felt about being pregnant at 17 years old. So usually, before I didn't get my period for like a whole month, and at that point I was scared. This was like a long time ago, but I got my period the next month. They usually say like it's because of stress or something. I don't know what, if it's true or not, but yeah, 2 months passed and I still didn't get my period, and that's when I started to think I'm pregnant. But I didn't want to think that because I was scared that I was pregnant, because I mean, I'm 17, like I was still a senior. I didn't know how or what I would do if I found out I was pregnant. So my baby daddy had work at like 8 and didn't come home till 12 or like 12 or 1, because he had graveyard shift. And I told him, you know, hey, can you please get me a pregnancy test? I don't know if I am, but I just want to see if it's, you know, if I'm pregnant or not. So he came home and he told me to take the test right away. Mind you, now this is like 1 or 2 in the morning, but I told him it's better in the morning, like later on today when I use the bathroom. And so I woke up at probably 6 in the morning to get ready for school, and then I had to take the test. Like I was like, oh my god, I have to take the test. So I went in the bathroom, I took the test, and usually it like takes a while to pop up for like the second line, but mine popped up so quick, and I just started bawling. Like I did not know what to do, and there was 2 in there. Sorry. So I took the second one and both came out positive. And my baby daddy was still sleeping. Well, when I went to go get ready, I thought he was sleeping. I walked back in the room and he is smiling, because it took me about like almost 20 minutes in the bathroom, and it usually does not take me that long to be in the bathroom. So I was in there for a good 20-25 minutes just thinking like, what am I gonna do? And so I walked back in the room and my baby daddy is smiling off the white. Like his smile was so huge. He already knew I was pregnant. So I went to school that day and I was just depressed. Like, I mean, a baby is a blessing, don't get me wrong, but I was just so scared of what my family and what my mom thought or was gonna say. And like, she's always told me not to get pregnant at a young age, because don't get me wrong, my mom raised me really good. Me and my sister really good. She raised us to be respectful, etc., etc. And so she expected us to not get pregnant. I was the last one to graduate because my sister already graduated 2 years ago. Well, almost 2 years already. And so of course she expected me to graduate first and then, you know, start a family. So boom, what the fireflies. Me and my mom was on the phone and we were arguing about something. I don't know, I forget. But my baby daddy was like, why don't you just tell her right then and there? Oh no, actually, rewind that. We went to the hospital to confirm if I really was pregnant, and they took TMI a vaginal ultrasound because my stomach was too small, or the baby was still too small for a regular ultrasound. So once they put it in, the baby was right there, and my baby daddy was so excited that he was a dad. He called his mom like right away and told her that she was gonna be a grandma. And I was like, damn. While I was in bed like panicking, like what the heck, I'm really pregnant, like I do not know what to do. So we get home and we hid the release papers because I didn't want my mom to see it. And then 2 days after, I texted my mom because I was too scared to tell her over the phone, and I wrote her a long paragraph telling her I'm sorry, and that, you know, the protection broke, and da 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 da, I'm pregnant now. And so, like, you know the little bubble thing on iMessages on iPhones? She was typing for a good like 5 minutes. I thought she was typing a paragraph. Like, I thought she was typing a story. But she was like, oh, I'm coming home with pregnancy test. And I'm like, okay. And so she came home. She like barged in the door. Like, I can hear her. I'm literally sitting there on the edge of the bed. Me and my baby daddy is sitting there on the edge like, is sitting on the edge of the bed thinking like, oh my god, what is she going to say? What, like. So she barges in the room and she says, come with me now. So I said, okay. So I followed her, and she's standing there while I'm about to take the pee test, and I'm like, can I, you know, take it? And she's like, no, leave the door open, I don't care. So it obviously says it's positive because we confirmed it not too long ago. And she's like in denial. Like, she does not want to believe that I'm pregnant. So I walk back to my room, and she's yelling at me at the top of her lungs. Every window in our house was open, and you can probably hear her at the end of the street yelling. But she was yelling about how she raised us to not get pregnant early, and that I'm supposed to graduate first, and you know, what every parent says when you're pregnant at 17 or 16 or whatever. So she goes and takes a shower, and she tells me she's been crying for the whole time she was taking a shower. And I don't blame her. I would feel the same way too if my daughter at 17 told me she was pregnant. So she came back and she told my baby daddy, like, are you gonna stay at this job? Like, are you gonna be stable? Are you gonna be able to take care of you and the baby? And I thought to myself, like, whoa, she's letting us keep the baby. And so she was like, well, I want you to stay with Shan so you can help her with the baby. And my mom just stood there, and my baby daddy said, go give your mom a hug. So I went to give my mom a hug, and we were just bawling. Like, I was just telling her, like, I'm sorry, and I was just crying. We were both crying. And like, she was so lost for words that she didn't come out her room for a good hour or two. And then a couple days passed, and her anger went away. Like, she was so excited to see the baby. She was so excited to be a grandma. And she just said, like, a baby is a blessing, you know, which is true. My daughter is the best blessing I've ever received. And yeah, like, she's just so happy with her granddaughter now. And we all thought it was a boy because my cravings was different. But I told them, you know, girl, boy, I don't care. It doesn't matter as long as the baby is healthy. Which she was. Thank you, Lord. Thank God. And so, yeah, being pregnant at a young age is really hard. Because you're not ready. I mean, at any age, you're not ready. Even when you're like 25, 30, you're not ready. Nobody is ready to be a parent. It doesn't come with instructions. You just have to basically wing it. And it was very, very hard through my pregnancy because, you know, other problems that I don't want to talk about because it's really personal. But through my whole pregnancy, it was very hard. I thought being pregnant was hard. Raising a baby basically by yourself is harder. I mean, my baby daddy helps. He sends, you know, money. He helps me support her. But when it comes to physically taking care of her, it's very hard because my mom works basically the whole day, and when she gets home it's like 7 at night, and she spends at least an hour with my daughter and plays with her before she goes to sleep, and then it repeats every day. And it's really hard because I breastfeed also, and I wanted to go to school after high school for nursing, but I got pregnant, and that I don't mind it really. So what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's really hard physically taking care of a baby, especially at a young age. You know, usually kids my age, teens of my age, is out going to college, doing the army, and I'm not complaining about having to raise her by myself. Well, not by myself, but like, you know, as a single parent. And so now, oh yeah, I breastfeed, by the way, and it's really hard to do things when you breastfeed because you can't go to certain places for a long time because you have to pump. And usually breasts, you can't pump like every, you know, 5 minutes because your milk does not come in that fast. It takes time, which, like, you know, sometimes my mom doesn't understand that, and so she thinks like, oh, I can pump right away, which is hard because I don't produce a lot of milk. I just produce enough for like 1 bottle, 2 bottles. And so I have not been going out. I haven't been out in so long, and I'm not complaining really. I love staying home with my daughter. But people usually say that like, oh, teen parents go out a lot and da da da. My first month of when I gave birth, after I gave birth, you know, it was 9 months since I've been home. I couldn't go anywhere because I was pregnant. But since I gave birth and she was still an infant, a baby actually, she still is an infant, but when she was like a baby, she was on bottles and she liked it at that time. And you know, once in a while, it's not bad for a mom to go out. There's people bashing parents about going out, teen parents about going out and saying like, oh, you should be home taking care of your kid and da da da. Like, you people should not be talking. If you do not have a kid of your own, you can't say a word about people having babies and them going out, because it does not hurt to go out once in a while, trust me. But my whole experience of this being a new mom has really changed me as a person also, mentally also. And now that I have a baby, like, everything revolves around my daughter. Like, she's my main priority. Like, I can't put in any words how important she is to me. Because when you have a baby, like, everything around you stops. It's just you and your baby, and it's the best feeling ever, because they're basically your mini-me, and it's so fun to have a baby. I'm not saying you guys should go and have a baby, but I'm just saying, like, being a parent at a young age really has taught me a lot. Yeah. And so, yeah, that was my story about how I told my mom how I feel about being a teen parent. But please like and subscribe this video, and I promise I'll be consistent with my videos soon. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, again, please like and subscribe this video, and we'll see you in our next vlog.